Sometimes you gotta go even when you don't want to. Get a little of my wilderness athlete in me, I'll be all right. Let's hit it. Gotta love Mondays, gotta love the start of the work week. But to have the fun, you gotta make the money. So we'll go hit the gym this morning, hit the mill, and then see what's to come this evening. Oh yeah. Welcome to the danger zone. This is where I like to get after it when I'm not in the whitetail woods. Get my swell on a Monday. See you on the inside. Let's hit it. Alright guys, had a crazy week. Kids with soccer, school, work, getting out late this weekend. Got the boat and everything loaded up. Gonna go up to the lake again and do some more scouting. Kind of a crazy weather week, but they're moving. There's probably not exactly how I want it just yet. So, like I said, we got the boat. We got the boat all loaded up, and we're gonna head up there and do some scouting. And who knows, we might get lucky this evening. Alright guys, went and checked some trail cameras at a spot, and some small bucks. They're starting to scrape it up real good, but had some small bucks and some does on trail camera. Didn't really get any footage because I was trying to get out of there real quick. I'm gonna get over here and meet my Canadian friend. I called him early this morning, and he said he found some real good sign. He passed up about a 130, 140 class 10 pointer. Regretting it. thinking he might have messed up, but he's got a couple more weeks, so I told him he'll get another shot at something bigger, if not as bigger. But he's got a couple spots over, he said, and so he said come over, and we're gonna get in his canoe and go over and get in a couple of these spots and see if we can't get it done tonight. So I was rushing around, didn't get a whole lot of filming, but from here on out I'll film the rest of this, because I'm hunting now. I'm not just checking stuff, scouting. So we're about 20 minutes out, and we'll see what happens.
Yesterday
Yeah.
it felt like nobody going there.
Yeah, those are the places you want to find right now.
Spring.
Yeah.
I don't know if it helps, but where I live, we're doing that, and it's after that the door.
I finally got up in this tree. I don't know why I think I need all this junk every time I come up here. Get up in a tree or go on. Should just need my camera arm, my camera, my bow. But apparently I think I need to take a sporting goods store every time I go out. Gonna try to just use the camera mic today. Having some issues with the audio port, so the audio might not be too good on this, so I apologize in advance, but let me get the rest of this stuff put away, and then I'll do a proper interview. I'll let you know what's going on. Alright guys, finally got set up. Got everything put together. It's a trial run. I got a new camera arm, and so this is kind of a venture. A lot of new stuff going on right now, so I hope this turns out okay. But got a tip from my Canadian buddy. You've seen clips of him in the videos. He hunted this little small area. It's kind of overlooked. But there's this little cove that he hunted. He's been hunting, and we'll show some of the sign, but there's a lot of tracks in here, a lot of rubs, a lot of scrapes. He passed up a good one this morning. But there's a lot of activity in this area, and what it is it's a cove, and we're in the it's hard to hunt. The wind swirls, so you're playing the odds that are definitely not in your favor. So I got a little bit of scent out, so maybe that it'll distract them a little bit. Maybe they'll smell that. They're getting kind of a little bit ruddy. They're making a lot of scrapes, so they're getting worked up. And point, so that I heard a deer. So I'm trying to play off that. I'm hoping I don't get winded, but it's highly possible, no matter where you set up in these little points, in these bowls, because the wind just does this the whole time. Like, I just dropped some milkweed. It's supposed to be straight west, and I dropped it, and it went straight east, and then swirled, and then the thermals sucked it down this draw to my south, out into the cove. So it's just doing the swirl thing the whole time. But if they stay high, I should be okay. I didn't really. There's a little saddle up here that I think that it looks like they're working. I didn't really see a whole lot of sign towards this point that I'm on. I think it's more up here, higher. I think they're making like a loop around it. So I'm hoping I didn't want to go up there and push my scent get my ground scent everywhere. And so I'm just looking at the leaves look like they've been scuffled up, like that's where a lot of the traffic has been. So I'm just I'm playing off that. But to the north and the south, there's a lot of sign. And I just didn't want to walk all over and get my scent all over with me wanting to hunt here tonight. We've got a big rainstorm coming in tonight. And so I'm hoping it has these deer up and moving. So I'm going to just sit tight and hopefully we see something good. So we'll see. You know, these are probably the hardest times of hunting, is when you're sitting here for a couple hours and it's slow and nothing's going on. You just got to keep in your mind that it could happen anytime, especially on public land. You don't know what's going on. Somebody could bump one, it could come by you. Especially when you're in a spot with a lot of sign. But you just got to get some mental toughness and do whatever it takes to stay out in the woods, because you ain't going to kill them at the couch. But I know it's rough. College football going on and everything, all these fall parties going on. But if you want a good one, you just gotta sit. You gotta stay in the woods. So I know it's simple, but just keep in mind you can't kill them when you're not out here. So we'll see what happens. Meh. Alright guys, sorry I couldn't do an exit interview from the tree. There was just too many deer around me. And had my Canadian friend. He was waiting for me with the boat, so I needed to get back down to shore before I didn't want him waiting too long because we had a little bit of a boat ride in the canoe back to the ramp. But yeah, I had them 2 bucks come in, about a 115.8, and then I don't know if I got it too good on camera. Had about a 130 tight and tall rack 8, and he was a little bit better buck, and he come in towards the bottom and had some scent out, and they just, as you can see in the footage, they stood there and they were just smelling that scent, looking. Heard them grunting. They were looking for the doe, and I think I would have been a little bit better if I would have been a little bit thicker cover, but it was just what it was in that setup. But I had the smaller 8. I had him at 15, 20 yards most of the evening, and as you can see, that doe come in almost trailing him where he bedded, and just reading her body language, she knew she was in trouble. She's like Ah, dang it. And she turned and tried to sneak out, but that 138, he saw her, and he come up to me, and he got about 30 yards, and he scooted across to the other ridge top to chase after her. That tells you how much they've been chasing when the does are trying to sneak around trailing the bucks. But he got out of there chasing her. He was 2.5. He wasn't quite what I'm looking for, but I probably would have shot him just because he looked so pretty. And he just looked really, really good, and especially for a public land buck. He had that look about him that I like. But he got out of there, so it is what it is. He was just real pretty. And then that 8, he stuck around for a little bit and ended up chasing some does that come out through the bottom. He chasing after those. Had a ton of deer right at dark coming around. Just didn't have the camera light, so that's why I'm doing this interview in the truck, because I wanted to get out of there as quiet as possible. Didn't want to spook anything, because I knew my Canadian buddy would want to get in there and hunt that, and he has hunted that this past week, and so I'm sure he's going to want to get back in there. So we'll just chalk that up to a good set. Hopefully he can get on him this week before this weather comes in later in the week. Next weekend should be really good, so we'll just see you back next weekend. And it was a good weekend, so thanks guys for watching, and please hit subscribe, hit like, follow us on Public Land Chronicles on Instagram. Brett the Pain, my editor, and again, thanks guys for watching. We'll see you next week.